That's right, we're talking about taking plastic bottles like this and like this, turning them into 3D printing filament like this or like this, and then making it into some really awesome stuff like this TIE fighter or even this super cool lightsaber. In my previous videos, I've already covered sourcing the plastic bottles, washing them, removing the labels, possibly heating them under pressure to get some of the texturing out. I've also covered possibly coloring the plastic so that we can do different colors. And there was even a video on making ribbon cutters and measuring and sizing our ribbons so that they'll go through our Pultruder correctly. You'll be able to find all those through my bio. Go back on my previous videos. In this video, I want to start talking about the Pultruder or pultrusion machines and where you can find plans to make your own. Now, one caveat here is I am going to show you in my next video my machine, but I will not be telling or teaching everyone how to build a Pultruder. There's a lot of different styles out there, and plans are already out there to make your own. When it comes to Pultruder machines, there's basically two different styles. In the past, people made them out of the guts of a 3D printer, basically a power supply, the motherboard having a stepper driver on it, a stepper motor, and then of course all of the controls for a hot end, the heater cartridge and thermistor. This is the type of Pultruder that I have, and I will be showing mine in the next video, of course, and how it works. These days, everyone is building a much more simplified version of a Pultruder, basically made up again of a power supply and then electronic controls where you can adjust the speed of, say, a DC motor and also be able to control the heat of a hot end. And a couple examples of those, and I'll be showing some photos up here and over here. Polyformer, RePET, Recreator, PETBot. That's just a few that you can find right away when you go and Google PET filament or a Pultruder. PETBot, for example, you can find on Thingiverse. There's newer versions of it. All of the STLs are there, a list of all of the electronic parts that you'll need. And I believe in some of these cases, you can buy kits from these folks. And I believe also in one case, I found that you could buy a completed machine from them. But wouldn't it be much more fun to build your own? Regardless of the type of machine you build, they all have two things in common. You have some sort of a hot end system, which generally consists of the aluminum heat block from a 3D printer, the nozzle, and I suggest a brass nozzle, it's easier to drill. And that hot end, that heat block and that nozzle have been prepared, tapered out, drilled so that we can make a filament that's 1.75 millimeters. The other thing they have in common is some sort of a gear reduction system and a take-up spool to pull that ribbon through that hot end and wind it up as we're making our filament. Here's just a quick glimpse of the hot end and nozzle on my Pultruder, and I'll be going over this in more detail likely in the next video where I make this. But you'll note the back of this heat block here has been tapered out, and that's going to help take the ribbon and fold it over into a tube. In the same manner, this nozzle has been modified. It's been drilled out, and I bought the drill bits on Amazon, a 1.7 millimeter drill bit. That's been drilled out, and the back of the nozzle has also been tapered. And again, I'll go over that in more detail tomorrow. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you watch for the next one to come out, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about how I built my Pultruder here. And maybe I can get some more information on the newer style of Pultruders that are built with the electronic components like PETBot and RePET, for example. If you guys have built one of these, and I know some of you have, there's been some people that have built PETBoters, drop me a comment. One more note before I go. I mentioned the names of some of these newer systems and I was able to find them on Google. I'll go ahead and leave these names in the description down here. And hopefully with links to where you can find these, you can go take a look at them, compare and contrast them, and maybe decide which one you want to build. Take it easy.